3, 2, 1. Holy moly, this is a steep street. This is the EOVAN GTS Super, and that is a 28% confirmed slope. This thing is a beast. Let me tell you all about it. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at the much anticipated EOVAN GTS Super. GTS Super, yeah, that's it. Here it is here in all of its beautiful red tinted carbon fiber glory. As you just saw, hill climb on this thing is not a problem. That hill is a confirmed between 26 to 28% incline, and it is steep. Now I was not going full acceleration for the first probably 15-20 meters. I was just easing into the hill, and then we floored it on the steep part. This thing has so much torque in the EOVAN race mode, it is ridiculous. So even though the board still looks very similar, you will notice the red tint on the carbon fiber. I think it looks absolutely beautiful, and it really cements its muscle car origins. It's now got really big 6374 motors on the back. It's got its same very trustworthy, very reliable Panasonic battery setup, being almost 20 amp hours. It does have a new deck lid shape. They've removed that really aggressive W concave. It's a lot flatter now. There is still a very mild W concave, but you almost don't notice it when it's got dope grip on. Down the back of the board, it has a new aerial or antenna location. It's now been beefed up for a much stronger signal, and right below that they've got brand new motor connectors. Now these things apparently are a lot more secure, a lot more reliable. Underneath the board we've got a couple of new sets of wheels. You can see I've got the 155mm on today. Now they've been called wagon wheels, and some people really don't like them, and I agree. When you first look at them, they're a little bit ugly, but they handle beautifully. Some of the nicest tires I've ridden, and out of the box, no balancing issues with the CNC milled hub. Now the last and probably the biggest improvement, the remote control internals. To look at it, it looks exactly the same, but it has so many new features. Let me show you. All right guys, and here it is, the upgraded EOVAN GTS Super remote. Now I know what you're thinking, it looks exactly the same as the old remote. Well, externally it is exactly the same. Internally, it's a whole new remote control. You now have this really awesome menu setting for holding down the gear change, and you can change speed between kilometers and miles per hour. You can then see your full odometer. That's something that was missing from previous remotes and previous software. You can then get into your low mode, drive mode, sport mode, and EOVAN race mode. And here you can customize the amps that each motor is receiving, and you can also customize the brakes for each speed mode. This is huge. I've never seen this on a remote before. It may already exist. If it does, comment down below. But the fact that EOVAN have added this now, so you can really customize that feel, and you don't have to plug into the VESC tool. You don't have to get a Bluetooth module. You can now do your amps and your braking on your remote control. The next screen is just as important. This is your wheel information. Here you can customize your motor gear, your pulley gear, and your wheel diameter. So you can key in all the correct information to make sure the information on your screen, being speed and distance, is as accurate as possible. After the wheel information screen, you've got your battery cell information, your motor pole information, and also your pairing screen. So if you ever need to repair your remote, this is where you come. The last screen, and this can be very handy if ever it does get out of calibration, here you can calibrate the remote control as well. All right guys, that's enough talking about the board. Let's go do some riding. Let's see how the board performs. I've already put probably close to 100 kilometers on this, and I absolutely love it. And I'm hoping the weather's gonna hold out so we can finish the video. Let's go. The brakes on the GTS Super have been drastically improved, and you can now also control them through the remote software, like I said at the beginning. But let me show you out of the box how it comes standard for braking. I'm gonna get up to a pretty decent speed, and then we're gonna brake Okay, so that's 30. Let's get a little bit faster. All right, now that's 35 kilometers per hour. 3, 2, 1, brake. Whoa. Much stronger braking. The braking was never bad on the GTS, but now it's even stronger. Like, really impressive. Really happy with the braking, and really happy with the fact that you can now program it from the remote control. So if you do want to have a stronger brake or a weaker brake, you just do it. It's that simple. Okay, so here is an acceleration test on EOVAN race mode. 3, 2, 1. Holy moly! Now I'm not going to go top speed because I don't have knee pads on, and this road will just chew my kneecaps up. But I just want to show you that first 50, 60 meters, just to show you the torque on this board. Now we're back at Prospect Street, and I just want to show you it again. This is the street we went up at the very beginning of the video. This is a beast of a hill. I'm not going to go up it because I already have. I'm just going to show you. So getting here, this is pretty good. This is pretty average. This is okay. But here, this is where it starts to get steep, and you can see on the other side of the road, you can see the fence lines starting to increase. Those angles. Look at the angle of that car. This is where it really starts to get steep on you. And up there is just insane. If I put my phone there, it is actually going to slide down the road. That's how steep it is. Talk about value for money. This board, the price has been reduced drastically, and I think that's because of competition. You know, you have a lot of other boards coming out now under that $1,500 mark, and these guys had to compete. So this now, with my discount, is $1,308 for the base model with, I think, their rubber wheels. But you can go to the website and check it out. But the way they have dropped the price is absolutely incredible. It's such good value now. So you can get all of this for under $1,400, and that includes sea shipping. Like, I didn't think I would ever see this board under 1,500 bucks, and now it's under $1,400, which is just crazy. And one of the last things we need to talk about before we go and do the SWOT analysis is the new look of the board. Now, I mentioned in the intro that the carbon fiber now has this really beautiful, like, ruby red tint to it, but they've also changed their grip tape. Smaller hexagons, and every single bolt is now accessible without having to remove it, which is really nice. And I really like how they've color coordinated it. So you've got the red tinted carbon fiber. You've got those really nice anodized red motor mounts, and your caps on your motors, and these anti-sink pads up the top here. Well, I'm not sure that's the right name, but it just looks like a really finished product. And again, it's the same quality deck they were using on the original GTS, which, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't heard a single person have an issue with those decks. They are strong, robust, and they're very, very amazing. Alright guys, and that brings us to the end of this first video on the EOVAN GTS Super. Let's really quickly do the SWOT analysis. If it's not already clear, I love this board. Strengths, well, everything about this board. The deck shape, especially how now that they've reduced that W concave. The new wheels, even if they do look a little ugly, they perform amazingly well. The new 6374 motors, they bring them up to and probably surpass a lot of their competition because of that new VESC. That new VESC is absolutely insane. Their new EOVAN race mode is just, it's scary. Like before I shot some of the scenes, you can actually hear me breathing a little bit, a few extra breaths, because I was a little bit stressed about it because it's just got so much kick. The trucks, as usual, just the same really nice EOVAN trucks. The new, just everything about it, the new connectors, the new grip tape, the way it rides, it's just really nice. Weaknesses, well, they've eliminated it, which is really cool. And this is what happens when you get a company that listens to feedback and wants to improve. They remove their weaknesses, they address their opportunities. Almost 20 amp hour battery in there. It's got a new VESC. The fact that you can change all of the amps for the acceleration and for the braking in every different speed mode, all from the remote, is just amazing. It's very, very cool. Something I didn't show you, but you can also lock your board by pulling that down and pushing the power button. It's gonna be too bright to show you, but you pull the brake on full. So the board's on right now, watch this. Pull the brake on, push the power button. That puts the board now into pause mode. So now you can see it's not going anywhere. So this is fantastic if you're on a group ride. You pull up, you don't want to turn the board off, you don't want to bend down, you just pause it. Now to unlock it, push the brake on full, push the power button. That should be unlocked now. And now it's fully unlocked and ready to rock and roll. As far as opportunities, as I said, they've addressed them. They really have. Maybe in the future they could upgrade the cells to what quite a few of the big brands are doing with the Moller cell, the P42As. But honestly, I have no complaints with the Panasonic cells I use. And yes, people are going to jump on there and talk about the discharge rate and tell me that they're a subpar battery. They seem to be doing very well. They have a nice high cycle rate. They carry me up a 28% hill without any overload or any cutouts. It's a really nice board, and especially for the price. Under $1,400, you get a board that will go 50 kilometers per hour and up almost any hill you can find. It's an insane board. And the last one is threats. Well, the only threat is race mode. If you're in race mode and you're not expecting it, you're gonna fall off backwards. It has so much power. It has more power than any board I've ever ridden. And I know I said that in my last video with that four-wheel drive board. This has more kick off the line. It is incredible. Like, yeah. Be careful in race mode. That is my only threat. Be careful, please. So guys, let's wrap up the video there. EOVAN GTS Super, massive thumbs up. If you've got any questions, comments, or feedback, chuck it down below. You know I respond to every single one. Unless it's stupid, then I delete it. I'm only joking, I still respond, and then I delete it. If you've liked this content, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Tickle that bell to turn on notifications. We've got lots of really cool content coming out. We'll do a range test on this in the next 4 weeks. We're just working with weather and school holidays here, so my uploads could be a little bit behind schedule, but don't worry, they're coming. We've got a whole heap of really cool boards coming out. But until the next video, guys, remember, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you then. Yo! Can you hear that bird? It sounds like someone is dying over there.